Great, Fred. Now, let's talk about how people have this partial truth also, besides people that may have this awareness, but maybe some of the mainstreamers that may listen to this, that the foods that they're eating out there that may have a certain amount of growth factor in the foods themselves, and how people have this mindset. Why do people believe that they have to have this growingness going into themselves as they're moving along in life? To me, that almost sounds like a partial truth. So can you explore that?
Well, it's all about the motivation behind the science behind foods is not always about. In fact, I believe most of the time it's not always about making people healthy. It's about improving the shelf life, improving the yield of the crop. It's all about the money. So I think the growth hormones that are in food and the genetically modified food, I think they're opening up a potential disaster there. It's definitely not the best way to go, as far as I'm concerned, because to be perfectly honest with you, they don't really know in the long run what it's going to do. It's very obvious, though, with the research for people that right now being done by people that they're not in it for money. They know, they're firmly convinced that it's potentially a disaster. I encourage people to stay away from that type of food. I think most people are aware of that now. Genetically modified foods, and the big companies like Monsanto, everybody's aware of all this. It's all over the place, that are in it strictly for the money under the pretense that they want to feed the world, to be able to provide more food for the world, which is nonsense. My attitude is, whenever somebody says they're going to take care of me and do something for me, whenever the government starts to tell me they're going to take care of me, that's when I open my eyes and watch out, because I think I'm just an instrument of somebody else's, part of the masses, where we're an instrument of somebody else's fulfillment. So I'm very suspicious. I'm a very trusting guy, but I'm very suspicious now in the last 10 or 15 years. I never was, because I just see one, distortion of the facts as far as I'm concerned. I'm not saying I know everything, but I go by my own experience, and I just see more distortion of the truth now than I ever seen. Of course, science is a fantastic thing. I think some of the things that happen scientifically are just fantastic. I think the good part of it is going to give us a much better future. We just want to make sure that we're in the hands of the right scientists, the information that we're receiving, and of course, politically, we're in the right hands of the right people politically. I think, from my own interpretation, what's happening here, I think we need a lot of changes here. A lot of people want to live a good life. They're coming up with laws that are prohibiting some of the most ridiculous things. It's just all about money. We should be able to have the freedom to make choices about our health, be able to use certain supplements if you believe that. We'll be able to have access to the right kind of food, and rather than having these people, polluting our food chain, our food crops, so they can make money based on some abstract science, and when they don't even, half of them, they don't live this way. They don't have an idea what it really means. They're just interested in the bottom line, which is the almighty dollar.